Stop writing scripts. Seriously, just stop. Every minute you spend typing is a minute you could be growing your channel. And today, I'm going to show you why NotebookLM is the only writer you'll ever need, and exactly how to make it sound like you. No typing, no staring at a blank page, just results. Let's build it. If you've been trying to create videos like the YouTube channel Fern, you're in the right place. In this video, I'll walk you through the entire process of producing 3D documentary-style content using free AI tools like NotebookLM. So stay with me until the end. Start by opening NotebookLM and creating a new project. Click the Add Sources button on the left panel. Then open Fern's channel in a separate tab, filter by popular uploads, and copy the links of at least 5 top-performing videos. If you're after trending topics, switch the filter to Recent and do the same. Paste those links into NotebookLM one by one and hit Enter. Here's why this step matters. NotebookLM learns from the sources you feed it. By uploading Fern's actual scripts, you're training the model on that specific tone, vocabulary, and storytelling rhythm. The more sources you provide, the more accurate the mimicry becomes. And that's what separates a generic AI output from something that genuinely feels like it came from a human creator. 5 is the minimum, but I'd recommend 7 or 8 if you have them. Think of it as curating a data set. Garbage in, garbage out, so choose your sources carefully and make sure they represent the creator's best work. Next, open the settings, select Custom, and open your prompt document. Copy the topic generation and scriptwriter prompts, paste them into NotebookLM, and save. If you need that prompt document, just drop a comment saying, "Provide the prompt," and I'll make it available. Now type into the bar, "Give me 5 topic ideas for my next video." Hit Enter. NotebookLM will generate them instantly. Scroll through, pick the strongest option. I'll go with the first one, then type. Write a 500-word script about, followed by the idea number, and hit Enter again. NotebookLM delivers the full script in Fern style, complete with voiceover lines marked as VO, and visual instructions alongside them. A quick note, 500 words is a starting point, not a constraint. For a video of this length, you'll want roughly 1,200 to 1,300 words. With the script ready, copy the visual planner prompt from your document. Open Deepseek AI, paste the prompt in, and you'll see a placeholder for your script. Paste your NotebookLM script there, hit Enter, and Deepseek returns 2 parts. Character image prompts and a full scene table with voiceover lines, image prompts, and motion prompts for every scene. This scene table is your complete production blueprint. It tells you exactly what the viewer should see, what they should hear, and how the camera should move, saving you hours of manual planning. Now, before generating visuals, let's handle the voiceover. Open Google AI Studio. It's completely free and offers some of the most natural-sounding text-to-speech voices available. First, select a voice that fits your documentary style. I recommend something authoritative yet warm, like a National Geographic narrator. You can preview different options until you find the one that feels right for your video. Once you've chosen your voice, copy the voiceover lines directly from the scene table that Deepseek generated. These are the VO lines already broken down scene by scene, and paste them into the input field. Hit Generate, and within seconds, you'll have a professional quality voiceover ready to download. Listen to it once to confirm the pacing and tone, then download the audio file. If you're feeling ambitious, you can generate different voiceover tracks for different sections, like a more energetic tone for action sequences. But for most creators, one consistent voice throughout works perfectly. Now we move to visuals. Open Google Flow AI, create a new project, and go to Settings. Select Image Generation, set the ratio to 16:9. Choose Nanobanana 2 as the model, which is currently one of the best for cinematic quality. Output set to 1, and save. Turn on agent mode to generate multiple images in one go. This feature is a massive time saver because it processes all your prompts simultaneously rather than one at a time. Copy all your image prompts from Deepseek, paste them into Flow, and hit Enter. Once complete, review the results carefully. Some images may fail if they reference a real person. Flow's policy restricts celebrity likenesses for ethical and legal reasons. That's easily fixed. Go back to Deepseek and specify not to use any real names in any of the prompts. Regenerate, copy the new prompts, open a fresh project in Flow, and generate the full batch without errors. Now add motion. Drag each image in as a reference, paste the corresponding motion prompt from your scene table, and generate scene by scene. When all scenes are ready, rename them sequentially and download each file. Open CapCut, import everything, drop the voiceover onto the timeline first and raise its volume, then bring in your visuals one by one, aligning each with the voiceover using the scene table as your guide. If a clip is too short, slow it down. If too long, cut the excess. Here's the editing philosophy that separates amateur creators from professionals. With AI-generated visuals that already look cinematic, less is almost always more. The temptation is to layer on flashy transitions, sound effects, and visual gimmicks, but that only distracts from the story you're telling. Your job as an editor isn't to impress people with your transition collection, it's to serve the narrative. Simple cross-dissolves or subtle zooms between scenes keep the viewer focused on the content, not the edit. If the visuals are strong and the voiceover is compelling, your audience won't even notice the transitions. They'll be too busy watching. So, resist the urge to overproduce. Keep it clean, keep it smooth, and let the AI-generated imagery do the heavy lifting. Once everything is placed and transitions are added, play through the entire timeline. And I mean, really watch it, not just skim it. Listen to the audio levels, check that the pacing feels right, and confirm that every scene lands exactly when it should. Then export at the highest resolution available. And that's the full process. Clean, efficient, and repeatable. Before we wrap up, I want to share a few additional thoughts that are absolutely critical if you're serious about scaling this workflow. First, treat this as a foundation, not a formula. These tools are powerful, but they're only as good as your creative direction. Don't just accept the first output and call it done. Challenge it, improve it, make it yours. Second, build a library of your best prompts over time. Every time you tweak a prompt and get a better result, save that version. You'll develop a personal toolkit that consistently produces high-quality outputs in half the time. This is what separates casual users from power users. Third, and this is the most important point, don't let the AI replace your unique perspective. Yes, it can mimic Fern's style. Yes, it can generate beautiful visuals. But your audience came for you. Your insights, your experiences, your take on the topic. The AI is your co-pilot, not your captain. Use it to accelerate your process, but never let it dilute your voice. And finally, keep experimenting. The AI landscape changes every single week. New models, new features, new capabilities are released constantly. If you lock yourself into one workflow and never adapt, you'll fall behind. So treat this tutorial as version 1 and keep pushing the boundaries. If you found this useful, a like and subscribe genuinely helps the channel grow. We're closing in on 1,000 subscribers, and I'm confident this will become one of the leading AI-focused channels on YouTube. Let's build that together. If you'd like to see the same workflow applied to a different niche, say historical documentaries, tech explainers, or even fictional storytelling, the next video is already waiting for you on screen. I'll see you there.